Hey Planeteers, it's Manny. Truth be told, I'm fairly new to PlanetSide too, so I'm not actually sure what the community is called. I'll stick with Planeteers until corrected, so let me know in the comments below if there's a different name I should use. Like I just mentioned, I'm fairly new to PlanetSide too, and since I'm new, I'm learning a lot. As I learn new things, I plan on making videos to help you fellow new players. So in this video, I'll be covering a very important topic, and that is cert farming. Certs are extremely important because they're used to purchase all mods for your classes and your vehicles. Before we start, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and ding that notification bell so you know when there's new videos. And if you're looking for someone to game with, you can find me and other players in the Militia Discord server. The link is in the description below. All right, let's first talk about our ant build. All right, so we're gonna go on the vehicles page. We're gonna go to our ant. We'll look at it. Now I'm just using a regular mining lasers. I didn't upgrade them at all. And then the only thing we really need is you wanna go to your ant certs, and you wanna increase your cordium storage, at least the first one. The first one gives you 1,000 storage. It increases storage by 1,000. Everyone after that gives you 250. So it's not a huge deal. I went up to 2. Now, the mineral radar is really good because this is how you actually find the minerals on your mini map. Makes it easier to find them than trying to drive around and see where they are. So the first one's 200 meters, then it's 300, 400, and the last one is 600. That's a good jump, but I've been fine with just radar 3 for 400 meters is fine for me. You can go up, but it's another 500. Now, as far as the guns, I did put a basilisk on here. It can basically hit infantry, armor, and aircraft. Doesn't do a tremendous amount of damage, but sometimes at least you can kill infantry, can scare off basically harassers and flashes and things like that sometimes, so you don't get killed. And I think I increased ammo capacity because it's really cheap. Then for the other certs, I got high speed rear chassis 1, we got nanite repair system 1, and fire suppression 1. That's it. I have not upgraded it too much because we're just using this to actually just mine cordium and get certs for us. That's it for the ant. All right, so we just deployed in. Now we have to actually spawn in our ant. So we're going to run over to a vehicle terminal. You got to go to the right one. This is the one for the Colossus. We don't care about that. You can go to the one with either in the warp gate, it's going to have the prowler symbol, or it'll have a sunderer symbol, depending on if you can deploy a prowler at a location. So we're going to go up to here. We hit E and we select ant. You know, it could be selected on something else. Select ant. Make sure it has all your settings on it. Certs are always going to be there. They're passive systems. So you can spawn now. However, you need to make sure you have enough nanites. I max up 750. I have 675 right now. It's 140 to deploy one, so I have plenty to deploy. However, I'm not going to deploy it this way. You can if you want. However, I want to show you how I recommend deploying it is to redeploy again. Hit U again on the PC. All right, so now that we're in the redeploy window again, right? So how I want you to do this, you can select your class, but you notice this little thing right here? Click here to select vehicle respawn into. So you automatically respawn into a vehicle. So we select this, and we can select any vehicle we want that can be spawned here. Prowler, we want ant. I do want to show you a little something though, just in case you run into this. Typically in the front line, sometimes infiltrators will hack a terminal. And what happens with that is, once you select that, and well, you can spawn one there. Let's see if anything hacked. I want to see if there's one that's hacked. Okay, that's actually not a, that spawns. Looks like there's none that are hacked right now, and that's all right. I just can't show you what it looks like. Typically what happens if there's a terminal that's hacked, these will be grayed out and you won't be able to, here's an example of it. So these terminals, these are actually grayed out. You can't spawn into these vehicles because an infiltrator has hacked the terminal. So someone has to go an infiltrator and rehack the terminal so that we gain possession of it again so that we can respawn. So that's what happens. However, we're down here. We're not going to be spawning into the front lines in an ant anyway. So we're going to come down here and click here, spawn our ant, and we're going to deploy. And we're in our vehicle. And the reason I suggest doing it that way is because what's going to happen is someone's eventually going to kill you. A plane's going to kill your ant. You're going to die. You're going to want to respawn or something. Change locations. That, I believe, is the easier way to deploy. Instead of deploying, running to the terminal, finding the terminal, deploying your ant, and then they put you in it. Just much easier to deploy right into your ant. All right, so when you first spawn in, you notice I had a large mini map. I put it small again. I want to talk about a few things. First of all, hit T on PC to go into third-person view. This makes it easier to drive around so you can see better, even though it's dark and foggy out right now. The other thing I had is if you press H on the PC, that enlarges your mini map. It makes it easier to see a bunch of things around. Now, if it gets in your way, if you're fighting or whatever else, make it smaller again, but you can make it large to see more around you. All right, so we don't see any I don't see anything around me, so we're going to drive and try to find accordion vane. All right, here's the vane. This is a medium vane. There's 3 different types of vanes. This one's a medium, and you know it's a medium, first of all, how it looks. But second of all, when you actually go into first-person view, we see our HUD, and we can see on the right-hand side, it says 8,000. That means a medium vane has 8,000 cordium in it. And on our HUD, you can also see on the left-hand side that our storage tank, mine has 9,250 storage. The 0 is in there right now, so my tank is empty. The other 2 vanes are small accordion vane, which looks like this, and if you go into the HUD, it has only 4,000 cordium in it, and a large accordion vane, which holds 35,000 cordium. All right, so just a couple things. Once we go back into third-person view, you can mine in third-person view, but you notice you don't see the HUD, so you don't know how much you're mined, how much more you have to mine. So I prefer to mine actually in first-person view. All right, so as we mine, we're going to hold down the left mouse button to mine, and you'll notice you'll see experience being ticked off here and there, that we get 97 harvesting experience and stuff like that. As you get more experience, you will actually start getting certs, and you can actually see my certs going up by 1, 2, 1, 2. It takes a while, but it does go up. Now that we've mined all that cordium, we're going to go put it in a cordium silo and get more experience from that. All right, there's a couple things you can do. First, you can use someone else's silo, right? But their silo may be full or might be too far away anyway, and you don't want to use it. You can see an example. Someone's silo is right here on my mini map. So I'm going to deploy my own because I think it's too far away. All right, so you can see I'm still in kind of the red circle. That means I am in a no deploy zone, all right? Well, if you're too close to a base or something like that, they don't want you deploying there. So what we're going to do is move out of that. We're going to go right into here. I'm going to slow down and come to a complete stop. And now you can see actually it says deploy on the side. Press B. So we're going to hit B and deploy our ant. Once the ant's deployed, we're going to exit the vehicle, run to the rear of the vehicle, and from here, you can actually access the equipment. So from here, you've got core and all these different things. We're only going to worry about 2 things right now, but for first, core, we're going to buy a cordium silo. We're going to buy it. It costs 2,000 cordium. If you don't have cordium in here, if you have 0, you can't buy a silo at all. You can't buy anything. So what you want to do is unlock that, right? So we're going to have that cordium silo. Now we have to deploy it down, right? So as you can tell, as I said, it's too high right now, so we're going to lower it. And you can see it says deploys location coincides with no deploy zone. So that's like it's back in the circle, so we can't put it there, right? So now we're going to come over here. Location is too high. We're going to lower it till we get green. It's green, it's good, right? But if you had it too low, it's too low, right? It's green, it's good. Now, if it collides with something, it may tell you, see it with existing object, you can't put it there. So you got to find a place where you can actually deploy it too low, too high. All right, so now green is good. The other thing you could do is using the left and right mouse buttons, you can actually turn it around depending on which way you want to go. We don't really care. I don't care about this, especially we're just farming cordium. We're not trying to build a base. This is something if you were going to build a base and you wanted it facing a certain direction, all right? So it's green. We're going to deploy it. We're going to hit E to deploy it, place object, all right? So now it's kind of grayed outline. It's actually building. It takes a little while for it to build, so we don't really care really. We're going to hop in our vehicle. We're going to hit B to redeploy our vehicle or deploy it. We're going to turn back and we're going to, once again, just like accordion vein, we can actually put our cordium into the silo in third person, but it's better to look like this and you can see how much you can put in there. Now, the HUD looks identical, but on the left is always our storage in our ant. The right, in this case, will be the cordium tank, the silo. So you can see we can store 50,000 in there. There's 2,000 already in it. That's a 2,000 it cost. It automatically puts it in there. So what we're going to do is, once again, hold the left mouse button down. And we're going to actually put it. We don't have to wait till it's fully. We don't have to wait till that mine is fully done before we can do it. And once again, we're getting XP for deploying or putting the cordium in there. And we're getting certs for it as well. All right, so we have finished. We put our cordium in there. Now, there's only 79. It's actually ticking down. I'm actually not sure why it's degrading right now. That's a question I'm not sure about. Typically, it degrades when it's close to a base and someone's using it or something like that. If someone could answer that question in the chat, why is it degrading? You can see it's 79, 50, 49, 48, 47. I'm not really sure why it's degrading like that. I don't know if it's close to a base and the base is using it or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. All right, I went and picked up a little more accordion just to kind of show you in the next thing I want to discuss. So say you actually completely filled up this tank and it had 50,000 in it, and you wanted to still stay in this location or whatever else, but you wanted to keep farming. So what you have to do is, there's two things you can do. One is you can actually deploy your vehicle, come back here and use this equipment access. The silo also has the same identical equipment access, so you hit this and core modules. We can buy another cordium silo. You're a limited person on the silo. You remove the earlier one you've placed already. Do you wish to continue? Yes. Continue, buy. So now this one's still here, too close to other deployables, so we can't deploy it here because it's too close, right? All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna switch to one with my rifle just to get rid of it. So what we have to do is, we want to use the same location. We have to go down here to field tools, buy a welding device. All right. Now the tricky about a welding device is I only use it, so I don't have any buildings. I haven't really made much buildings, so I only use it for this. So if I hold the right mouse button down, you'll see it sparks a little bit. That happens if you don't have it right on the tank correctly. So we're gonna go up and destroy our tank using this welding device. We're gonna right click on the tank, and you can see it starts to go like that. It's not sparking, so it disappeared. We got rid of it. So now we're gonna run back to our ant behind it. We're gonna hit E, buy our silo, because we do have 8,000 still in here, and put another right there. So now we can put another one down, right? So now we built another one. Now we can actually deploy, or I should undeploy. Sorry. We can hit B and undeploy, and we can actually start filling the silo up again, right? That's all it takes. Now that did destroy the accordion that was in that silo. It's all gone. It's gone forever, and it's not there anymore. Now, interesting enough, this silo is not degrading. I'm not sure what happened, why that was actually degrading. That was actually interesting. This one is not. I don't know what was going on with that. Like I said before, if someone could let me know in the comments below, was it bugged out or something like that? I'd be interested in knowing that. All right, guys, I switched territories. So we're actually sitting in Indar right now. And right here is a perfect example of what we're looking for. We go to, I have nothing in my tank. I can't deploy a silo. So what we're going to do is actually get at least 2,000 in the tank so that we can deploy a silo. All right, so we're in the silo. We're going to deploy, exit out. We're going to go back here and we're going to buy a silo, right? Now, I'm going to try to get the silo right in the middle of these two collides. I'm going to try to get it right there. Perfect. So it's right between these two. So let's deploy it here, E. Now it's in there. All right, undeploy our vehicle. Now, if you notice, I didn't actually need to move, but if you notice, right, here's the silo. There's a vein. There's a silo. There's a vein. There's a silo. So we're going to we can sit here and we don't actually have to move our vehicle. We just have to move our mouse. We're going to just fill our tank here. And once our tank is filled, we're going to go over here and deploy it in here. Simple as that. Now, this is very mind-numbing and boring, which is fine, but this gives you a ton of experience, which you'll get service medals and ribbons for doing it, which will allow you then to get even more experience and get more certs. And then I don't have to move the vehicle, just the mouse. Now, unfortunately, I do not have it today, but if you go on your missions, there is actually one called Cordium Run. It gives you 3,000 XP and about, I think, 150 ISO 4. So it's definitely worth doing it for the XP if you happen to have it. Check, make sure before you start doing this, if you don't have it. If you have it, absolutely activate the mission. So make sure you do that too. That's all I really have for you. I think it's a pretty good farm, personally, for someone new to the game and you have no certs, no weapons, no nothing, and you're just trying to start out. I think this is a great way to start out and get some certs so you can actually start upgrading your equipment and gear so you can actually get better stuff and help out during battles and stuff like that. So I would suggest, if you're doing this, this is a great way. If you have shows you want to binge and stuff like this, while you're binging the shows, do this. It's actually really, it's kind of mind-numbing, so might as well do that while you watch the shows. All right, so anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please hit that like button below and leave a comment if you have any questions. If you'd like to see more content like this, and smash the subscribe button. You can also follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Maniocrity, where I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evening starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'd be happy to answer any questions live on stream. Until next time, Planetarios, happy hunting.